Hey, what you making?
I'm making you something.
You make
Krabby Patty.
What? I'm not crabby. What gave you that idea?
You need to eat something that's going to put happiness in your tummy. So I'm going to make you an Asian-inspired breakfast.
Ooh, Asian inspired.
Yes.
Yum.
All right.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or bottoms about it, by the way.
We're live, by the way.
Oh yeah, are we streaming right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we are.
Hopefully they can't see the absolute state that is our kitchen.
Actually, it looks good on camera.
Does it?
It looks better on camera than
it does in real life. Instagram reality.
It kinda do though. My let me see if that's backwards. Yeah. Oh yeah. Autofocus. Yeah. My my image is reversed, but oh well. I don't care. I don't care today. Today is not for caring.
Nope. Not for caring.
Well, I guess since there's another person in the room, I may be switching from talking to camera to talking to you. So don't be weirded out by that.
I think you're obligated to talk to me. She says as she brandishes a nonstick skillet like Rapunzel.
You know what's really weird is when everything is all reversed in the camera, like it makes things look more interesting. Like our kitchen.
Yeah.
Our kitchen looks really good. Is a mirror image.
You're right. Ring Fit Adventure is having an impact.
Yeah.
You want to tell friends about that? We don't get anything from Nintendo for saying so, but
yeah, Nintendo's not big on sponsoring things, giving up their money.
Nope.
For stuff.
Nope. Although, can you blame them?
yeah, we can. I've given them plenty of my money over the years. Come on, man. Come on, Nintendo. Anyway, what was I talking about?
I don't know, but I completely changed.
Oh yeah, your Ring Fit Adventure. So she's been playing Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch, and it's a little workout game. But she's been sticking with it for, gosh, almost 2 months now.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
so
the last full week of February.
Every weekday she's been doing her Ring Fit Adventure, and it's great because it gamifies the whole workout process.
It does.
Which is important because, it's working out. It's just, it's a chore. I mean, not for everybody. So, some people just, inherently get that whole workout vibe and they really like it. But,
oh yeah, and this is not to take anything away from those people at all. We're happy for them.
Right. But
we're not those people.
For regular people,
for
the rest of us, it's kind of a chore. But she's been sticking with it. I need to get back into riding my bike. So I was doing really well with that last year. And then the weather got colder and I kind of fell out of doing that. And, need to get back into it. But anyway, that's not what I came here to talk about today. Actually, I didn't come here to talk about anything particular today because I woke up this morning. Actually, I went to bed last night completely unprepared for work today. Had all the spring break, and then we had yesterday also off as well. And I got a lot done. I did a lot. If you were watching my channel, we did live streams, like almost 2 hour, well, over 2 hour live streams, doing some builds every weekday. I didn't do one yesterday because I released another video, which you can check out on my channel. My daughter and I, the previous weekend, we had built a kit birdhouse that she had she's gotten that for what, Christmas maybe? Or maybe my mom got it for her or something. So she gets this little kit birdhouse, and the other weekend she's like, Dad, can we put this together? And I'm like, that's a great idea. Would you like to turn it into a video? And she was all thrilled with it because she loves this whole video process. And she actually was the host of the video, and I just kind of let her go with it. And I got that all edited together, and it's pretty fun. It was a good time, and we've got this nice little colored birdhouse hanging from a tree in the backyard. And I got that video all together so you guys can check that out. so it's not like I wasn't busy. And then I also did a few other things. I actually started streaming on Twitch, which I think I talked about a couple weeks ago. I was going to start doing that, but I just took a day yesterday and was just kind of nerding out, making Twitch graphics in doing like pixel edit stuff, making graphics for Twitch stream and animating stuff, and not a waste of time, but also not preparing for what I needed to do today, which most of the time I'm pretty good about that. Most of the time I've got everything all prepared and I'm ready to go. But every once in a while, if you're a teacher, you know that every once in a while you just have those days you're kind of going into work and you're thinking, I have no idea what I'm going to do today.
What am I going to do today?
What am I going to do today?
First period starts, you open up the classroom door and you're like, shoot, what do we do today? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah, kids, let's, your assignment is to find something to do.
Entertain yourself.
Entertain yourselves. I mean, we try not to have too many of those days because those days are stressful. Those are not easy days.
And it's not good learning.
No, well, generally it's not good learning. It's, and I figure that newer teachers, would you say that newer teachers have more or less of that sort of situation?
I can't speak for all new teachers.
You were a rock star new teacher, so maybe I'm asking the wrong person.
Well, when I was new to teaching, though, our program like drilled it into our brains that like you have to have a really solid lesson plan no matter what every single time. And remember, we would spend hours.
Yeah, we kind of try-harded it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, it was good. It was good learning how to do the lesson planning process.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, doing that lesson planning process over and over again early on gave me a good foundation for being able to sort of, because I internalize a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do a formal process, enough, then generally I get to a point where I can just sort of wing it, but still have that same quality. I feel like most people are kind of, most creative individuals kind of work that way.
Yeah, well, I think with lesson planning, as with a lot of what we do in our adult lives, it's about building habits of mind.
Yeah.
So when you first start out and people are like, okay, well, what's your objective?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, shoot, I don't know what I don't know what I just, Can I say that I just want everyone to get through the 16-minute period, like still alive? Like, is that an objective?
Can we not set the classroom on fire?
Yeah, exactly. Like, could we not be crawling out of windows and endangering other people? That would be great.
Yeah.
Get through the day without crying, which is actually difficult for a lot of people who are new to teaching because
I've had days like that, and I'm not too proud to admit it. I've had days where I've cried in the classroom.
It's an incredibly emotionally taxing job. I would equate it to something like nursing, just in terms of like, you really feel like you're responsible for these people.
Mm-hmm.
And when things don't go right, you take it personally. It's a very personal, emotional kind of job. Yeah,
it's not necessarily life and death per se, like nursing, but it's still, you feel a sense of obligation towards, someone's livelihood and their future. And when you feel like you haven't done a good job, then you generally take that personally.
Yeah, I mean, for good or for ill, right? I mean, like, it's not, you shouldn't take everything really personally, but
mm-hmm.
you should take responsibility for doing a good job. But the other thing too is like, you have your objective, right? So now that we've been in the game for a long time, what's my objective? Boom, I can think of one right off the top of my head. What do I want kids to be able to do?
Yeah.
Or, explain or whatever by the end of this period? I know what that's going to be. That doesn't take that long anymore like it used to.
Yeah.
How are you going to measure it? That I think was really hard too when we first started teaching. How will you know that kids met the objective? Because it used to be stuff like, I think we all start out with, I want kids to understand this.
Yeah, and that's not really something that you can take a magnifying glass to and be like, how big is your understanding?
Yeah.
Where
one thing-
where's your understanding in this graph here?
Exactly. One thing I will credit my first principal with, and he wasn't a perfect dude. We clashed a lot about certain things, but he really understood observable verbs and how that factors into creating a lesson plan. Like really thinking about what will you be able to see that the students are doing at the end of the lesson that they couldn't do at the beginning of it.
What's tangible in a what's measurable, I guess.
Yeah, and then now that I deal with English learners, and for those of our viewers who don't know, those are people who are coming into
who are learning English.
Well, aren't we all? But people who are coming into the United States for whom English is not their first language.
Yeah.
So a lot of people call it ESL, English as a second language. We don't call it that here anymore, but it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And for that, what you're really focusing on, even beyond the observable verbs, is the language that the kids are using to show that they met your objective. We call it a language objective. That was the next skill I had to really hone.
This is now the Natalie show, by the way.
Friends, see, I'm glad you invited me.
Yeah.
But really thinking about the language that you want students to use is so helpful, because that by itself is an observable word, right? That's like explain to a partner using whatever words you want them using what this means or how to do it. And now you've taken everything up to the next level. But again, this is after how many years have I been teaching and supporting other teachers, Laura?
It's been a minute.
Since 2008. So we're on 13 years of this now.
We're old.
So I'm just like spitting these out, right?
Yeah.
But it took over a decade to get there, for sure.
It really did. And I feel that a lot of that sort of comfortability, comfortableness, comfort level. I'm not the English teacher in the relationship. Yeah,
a lot. You just the same, honey.
A lot of that comfort level. Just
where I get my practice kids.
Can I do my show here?
Stop. I gotta cook anyway.
Love you.
Love you too.
A lot of that comfort level comes with just having the experience of having done so many different things. Like when I first started teaching, I had it in my head that, I have to do things a certain way. This is the one right way to accomplish this task, accomplish these learning objectives. And then as you grow and you speak with other teachers and you get different students who may have different types of challenges, and you realize that, oh no, I have to approach this in a different situation or a different light. You start developing new tools for your toolkit. It's kind of like woodworking. You build a toolkit over time. And then when you get to a certain point in your career, 5 years in, 7 years in, 10 years in, 15 years in, however long, you can go straight back to those tools without thinking too much about it, because you have all that experience. You approach a problem that you have seen before, or you've seen something like it, or it reminds you of another problem that you had a long time back, and you're like, oh yeah, I've got this one tool, let's see if it works. And it really shortens the prep and planning time quite significantly, to the point where, as a veteran teacher, I can approach a day like this, which again is few and far between, where I just don't have a plan going into the day. I can approach a day like this and be like, all right, well, where are my kids at right now in terms of their curriculum? I mean, and I teach an electives course, so there is, it's not like a paced core class where, we have to be on target to be learning, these objectives on this very stringent timeline. It's an electives class. We have wiggle room. We have more possible content that we could even cover in a year. So we're kind of pick and choosing what is important to us within reason. So where are my kids at right now? What have they been learning about recently? What projects have they done recently? What have we not covered? What have we covered in the year? What are some lesson formats that the kids are already familiar with? What's something that I can put together in a very short amount of time? We're talking like 10 to 15 minutes. That's going to be something that the kids can, it can complete, where I don't have to do a lot of prep work, a lot of explanation. And so days like this, we'll come up with, just on the fly, I'll come up with something that is going to be a valuable lesson. I can come up with something that's going to be a valuable lesson that they can get some meaning out of. I can ask some leading questions, get them to think about a topic or a process or something, and then respond to me, what their thoughts are in sort of a meaningful discussion or meaningful conversation. That's education right there. Not every day has to be some big convoluted project or leading into a big convoluted project. It's nice when you have those project-based activities that fit together. But every now and then, you have a video day, and okay, let's have a class discussion on a video day. And that's basically what we're doing today. I had this lesson that I did for distance learning last spring, where normally I'll pick a YouTube video, woodworking or job related, or something related to what we're learning about, and I'll ask the kids some questions, and they'll type in some discussion. They'll type in the response, and then they reply to another student, and that's the format for our video discussion. So they already know how to do that activity. For this go around, I like to mix it up every once in a while. For this go around, I'm having them basically choose their own YouTube video. I'm going to pick one just to show in class because, for cool factor. But I'm going to have them pick a video, find their own YouTube video, and it's got to be a maker video. So woodworking, metalworking, I think I put, could be cooking or baking or art, just, that maker category. We're not in the shop, so I'm not too hung up on, woodworking specifics. So they have to pick a maker video, but the kicker is that it's got to be from someone outside the United States. I want to try and get them to, sort of get out of that sort of US centric and see, that, hey, there is a global maker society. Oh boy, breakfast is coming.
Get ready.
Oh boy.
You want chili oil?
What?
You want chili oil?
No, thank you. So getting outside of this sort of US centric attitude and realizing that there's a maker culture across the world. In fact, that's kind of the prevalent culture, especially in more rural areas or places that aren't as economically advantaged as we are. You a lot of the stuff that if you want it, you got to make it, because you can't afford to go out and buy it, or go down the store and get something imported from the other country when you're the other country. I give them bonus internet points, which don't really mean anything, but sort of bonus points if they can not points. I'm not giving them anything, but I'm suggesting that if they want to, they can try and find a video from a country or a culture that they personally identify with. To me, it just seems a little bit more, personal and personally engaging, which, that seems like something that would be fun if I was in, I was in my own class. Is this an assignment that I would be interested in doing? And that's what I try and ask myself every time that I give an assignment. But yeah, that's going to be the assignment for today. It's going to be a video discussion. Choose your own video, and all of that was just sort of spurred on from, hey, this morning I woke up and I did everything this past week except for lesson plan for today. And
it was your vacation.
it was my vacation. We've still got a direction for the rest of the year. we still got projects that I've got planned out that we're going to do. It's just this particular day, I was like, I'm just not ready. What are we going to do about it? So there we are. All right. It's 9:12. I got 3 minutes. I actually have to post that assignment I was just talking about, finish typing it up and post that. And we got to get started with, I can't remember if it's first period or second period. I think it's second period today.
I guess you're going to find out when you open up your Zoom and kids
that's what I'll do. I'll just open up my Zoom and then see who shows up, if it's my first period or second period, because the kids will know. And then, oh, geez.
Do you want to show your friends what your wife made you for breakfast?
I got noodles and wontons and veggie pancake.
Scallion pancake?
Yeah, and eggs. Yay. That's my breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. We're going to call it there. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you tomorrow.